Hey guys, Pichu here. Before we begin this race, I just want to let you know to stick around after the end of this race for two big surprises regarding the playoff picture in the 2022 season. So without further ado, it's time for the regular season finale at Daytona. Alrighty guys, hope you enjoyed our regular season finale, and now it's time to reveal those two big shocking twists I've been talking about in the beginning of the video here for our playoffs this season. The first big twist is that Kurt Busch will not be in the playoffs. Kurt Busch will be out for the rest of the season, and he will miss the rest of 2022. We wish him a speedy recovery. But for next weekend's race at Darlington, Adam Petty will be in the 45 car, and he's actually going to run his old paint scheme in that race in the track Too Tough to Tame. Ty Dillon will be back in the 54 for KBM, in that KBM 54 ride you saw in the race. But the weekend after that at Kansas, I believe, starting in that Kansas race, Ty Gibbs will be in the 45 for the rest of the season. He will be in that 45 car for the remainder of the 2022 season, filling in for Kurt Busch. So we wish Kurt Busch a speedy recovery, but because he will miss the rest of the season, Kurt Busch will not make the playoffs. He is ineligible now for the playoffs. The second big twist is that I am adding more drivers into the playoff field beyond 16 drivers. With everything that's been going on this season, I have decided to expand the playoffs just for this year so that every winner makes it into the playoffs, except for part-timers, and I believe Cody Ware, who won at Talladega in the spring race. Cody Ware did not make the top 30 in points to be eligible, so he is eliminated from the playoff contention, even with that win at Talladega. That was kind of shocking. I was shocked about that result too. But Cody Ware didn't make the top 30. He is not in the playoffs. So again, I am expanding the playoffs to accommodate with Kurt Busch's absence for the rest of the season. So that means that Christopher Bell will make the playoffs after all. And Bubba Wallace and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. also are going to be playoff drivers. So that means the playoffs will be expanding to 18 drivers for this season only at least. If we have another season like this next year, maybe I'll expand the playoffs again. But for this season, we will have 18 drivers in the playoffs, and all of them are winners this season. So Bubba Wallace, Stenhouse Jr., they don't appear to be in, but they will be playoff drivers, and I will adjust their points in order for them to be eligible for the playoffs. And same for Christopher Bell as well. So there are all your playoff drivers on your screen. Ross Chastain, Ryan Blaney, Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Alex Bowman, Martin Truex Jr., Austin Cindric, Austin Dillon, Tyler Reddick, Justin Haley, Joey Logano, Cole Custer, Daniel Suarez, Kyle Larson, and Kevin Harvick. This is the last time you see these points until the end of the season. So here's a look at all the drivers that had those points and all of them that they have earned throughout the season. And there you see the Chase Briscoe jumped up to 8th in points but didn't get a win, so he is not in the playoffs. Real shocking to not have Briscoe in the playoffs, but it is what it is. So there you see all the drivers and how they did in the points. You see Ross Chastain starts off with 2,020 points, as he is the regular season champion. You might have seen. If you didn't see that before, here it is again. Chastain with a 6-point win over Bowman for the regular season title. So congratulations for Ross Chastain on becoming your regular season champion. He is going to start off with 20 points. Ryan Blaney's 2017 points. Kyle Busch 2017 points as well. Bowman 2015, Truex 2013. Elliott starts with 2011 points. Forget about Kurt Busch in the standings. He was going to have 2011 points. Forget about Kurt Busch. He is not going to be in the playoffs. Austin Cindric with 2010 points. Austin Dillon 2009. Logano 2005. Harvick and Reddick and Haley, Suarez, Larson, and Custer each have 2005 points. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Bell, Wallace, and Stenhouse will each have 2005 points as well when the playoff field expands. But don't worry, I'll add up the points to make sure they're in the playoffs officially, and you'll see that update at the end of the video. So because the playoffs expanded to 18 drivers in this first round, instead of 4 drivers being eliminated from the first round, there will now be 6 drivers eliminated from the first round. Just so round 2 can keep it at 12 drivers, and round 3 could be kept at 8 drivers, and then we go to the championship 4. in the season finale race to determine our champion. The highest finisher of the 4, of course, is your champion. So again, the first round, it will be called round of 18. Might as well call it the round of 18 the first round. And 6 drivers will be eliminated after 3 races. And it will all start at Darlington in the Southern 500. So you don't want to miss that race to kick off the PLCS playoffs in 2022. It's going to be exciting. So hope you guys will stick around to watch the start of the playoffs. This is Pichu London, and I'll see you guys later.